And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys, I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. So, the Reds back in action of course this weekend against Brentford, and of course the press conference has happened. We have received a big boost as stated in today's earlier live stream. Of course Mo Salah is returning or should to be involved in some sort of capacity this weekend, which is a huge boost for the club going forward in the pursuit for the title and of course the quadruple. We've got a little bit more with regards to Dominic Szoboszlai, we've got a little bit more with regards to Trent Alexander-Arnold, and as stated, as always guys, going to be going over the future as well, as there's a bit more news with regards to Xabi Alonso to Liverpool. So yeah, quite a lot of stuff to go over, but as stated, Jurgen Klopp has confirmed the Trent Alexander-Arnold injury blow. Of course, reports earlier this week coming from Paul Joyce, the ever reliable Paul Joyce, stated that the player would be missing, and is going to be missing for the next 3 games at least, which also includes the League Cup final. There were reports stating that Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool rushed the player back. However, Klopp of course defended that and stated that he wasn't rushed, and confirmed though he is going to be out for those games that Paul Joyce reported on earlier on in the week. Following that, he's also stated that Dominic Szoboszlai may also miss the League Cup final. We got a heads up stating that he's having an issue with an injury problem, but there wasn't quite a timeline of when he would be out until, but currently definitely is a doubt from, as I said, Klopp's mouth, and has stated that he will probably miss the League Cup final, which is a blow in itself. Apart from those 2 players being missing, of course 2 massive players for this football club, we have been benefiting of just playing once a week recently, and allowed and seen a lot more players come back, whether that be Wataru Endo in the midfield, Mo Salah now returning, of course Conor Bradley coming back from compassionate, and other players in and around also returning as well. So that's very good for Liverpool going forward. So yeah, super happy about that. Obviously a shame with regards to Dom Szoboszlai and Trent. However, I think we have enough, especially over those 3 games that the players are being reported to be out for, including the League Cup final. I do believe we have enough to win all of those games with absolute no problems at all. As stated guys, as always, Brentford is our next opposition, a team that kind of been iffy this season, 14th in the table, kind of where you put them at, where you would put them at. But as stated, when these teams, every game in the Premier League is always tricky and can pose a bit of a problem, especially when they're on their own patch. When a big team comes to town, when Liverpool comes to town, fans get up for it, and of course the players naturally just give that extra percent as well. So again, we've got to be at our best, we've got to be taking our chances, and yeah, hopefully, as stated, come the end of that game, we've got all 3 points on the board and we're still kind of at the top of the table, hoping there can be a bit of an upset with regards to that Manchester City game as well, potentially, and hopefully we can create a bit of breathing space. We've got to focus on our own garden at this moment in time, and that's what I believe that we will do going forward. Now, moving on to the main headline of today's video, guys. Of course, there has been a lot made with regards to the future at this football club at this moment in time. Of course, Jurgen Klopp leaving, and Xabi Alonso being the standout candidate, if you like, as the man who is going to replace Klopp and take on this new era at Liverpool going forward. However, now it seems as though there has been a bit of an update emerge with regards to Alonso, and it's stated that we may face competition from Bayern Munich. Yes, now Bayern Munich are a side that of course Alonso also has history with, played for the team for a long time, and Alonso has came out a lot of times throughout his career, or his early management career, stating that he would love to manage Liverpool, Bayern or Real Madrid. Now, whilst Liverpool is a job that I still feel that it's a match made in heaven for Xabi Alonso. It is stating that Bayern aren't monitoring, and as this comes from reputable sources, as Thomas Tuchel's job has come under fire. If you've been following the Champions League, if you were watching the Bayern Munich and Bayer Leverkusen game at the last weekend, you'll see that they're currently struggling. Bayern are at a moment in time where they seem that they could probably lose the Bundesliga title, albeit still fairly early. They're only 5 points behind, but they could lose the title for the first time in 12 years to Xabi Alonso's Bayer Leverkusen. They also lost in the Champions League to a bang average Lazio side as well. And as stated, he is coming under fire at this moment in time, and if you look in the German reports at this moment in time, it is all about Thomas Tuchel maybe facing the axe, and that could be a realistic probability if he doesn't win the title first and foremost, and two, doesn't win that game against Lazio and progress to the Champions League. That will be an instant sack on Tuchel. You've heard it here. Bayern will not expect that. The fans will not expect an early exit from the Champions League. It's something that they measure their success by, and losing to Lazio in the round of 16 is something that would be unforgivable for a manager even of Thomas Tuchel's calibre. And as stated, reports now in Germany are stating that they are looking to Xabi Alonso to be a potential replacement for Thomas Tuchel should the axe come down on him. Now, my thoughts with regards to this is still the same. I do believe if you look at the two jobs, and if he wins the Bundesliga, maybe it's just me. You've won the Bundesliga as a manager with Bayer Leverkusen. Yes, it hasn't happened yet. Why do you need to go to Bayern? What's there to really achieve at Bayern other than that? I think you've done the underdog story of Bayer Leverkusen. If it happens, then there's no real need to go to Bayern. I know you play for them. Yes, they're a massive club, but I feel like the pull of going to the Premier League, really testing yourself there, going to a football club that, again, adores him, and I think a team that's ready to go for, not success, instant success, but certainly a springboard to go on and show what can happen for a Xabi Alonso. I think it's a match made in heaven. I genuinely do. And if I was the manager, or if I was Alonso, which I'm not, and I haven't got that emotional pull to both of those teams, or one team obviously, but the emotional pull to Bayern, I'm definitely looking at as Liverpool the no-brainer if you're getting offered the two jobs. But having said that, I'm not Xabi Alonso. I'm not making those decisions. But as stated, German reports, reputable sources are stating that Bayern could be a potential rival at trying to land a Xabi Alonso for the job. Now, again, at this moment in time, I don't know where the managerial talks have been. A lot of it's going to be kept hush-hush at this moment in time with regards to the Bayer Leverkusen side. It's going to be kept hush on the Liverpool side. And whilst he has been named the standout candidate for Liverpool from Fabrizio Romano, David Ornstein, Paul Joyce, there's still nothing to say that anything's going to happen with regards to Xabi Alonso and if he's actually going to be our next manager. So until that's actually confirmed, we do obviously run the risk of him potentially going to Bayern should Tuchel get sacked, which does look more increasingly likely as the weeks go on. Especially, I'd be looking at that home leg in Munich to see if Bayern lose. I'm telling you now, he'll be sacked and dismissed as the manager of Bayern Munich. So something to maybe watch upon. But Liverpool fans, that's all I've got for you today, guys. As always, too, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below with regards to this Xabi Alonso news. Do you think he'll be our manager? Yes or no? Let me know down in the comment section below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you all next time. Take care.